in case there's not the other one.
Go.
Oh, an umpire and a vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movie, the 1987 The Gate, and 2015 McFarland, U.S.A., or outside the U.S., just McFarland. Starring Kevin Costner, Stephen Dorff, Maria Bello, Kelly Rowan, Louis Tripp, and Sergio Avalon. Now two guys who sometimes feel like a nut, and sometimes they don't. Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
Where'd that come from? The 70s?
Yes.
When that was the big thing for Mounds.
And Almond Joy.
It has nuts, yeah.
No, Almond Joy's has the nuts.
Almond Joy's has the nuts.
Because of after last week with you telling me about all the candy you ingested, I thought of it, so I wrote it down right away so I wouldn't forget.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dead on the Basis. I'm the Vamp. I love horror films. My friend over here, Jeff, he is the Ump. He loves sports films, and he's called the Ump because he calls it straight down the middle. The middle of what? We don't know, and neither does he. But that's the Ump, and he assigns me because he's an evil, horrid human being.
Of course.
Okay? Because he hates America.
No, take that back. No. You can say whatever you want, but I love my country.
He assigns me a terrible, horrid sports films like this week's Stinkeroo, McFarland, U.S.A., and I give him loving, exciting little family films like The Gate.
Whatever. Yes, I had The Gate this week, but I don't go first, so I'll talk about that whenever I get to it.
Save it for your review, and now we're going to get started with mine.
Did we say hi to everybody that's in the chat room?
We did.
Okay.
But before the show started,
I know.
Hi to everybody in the chat room. We really do appreciate you coming. See, the problem is I still have these pictures.
I know,
of,
that's all. I know if there's anybody
the
else.
nativity scene pooping.
Why would you?
But thanks everybody that came out, particularly those of you that are not human and robots. Here we go. We are going to the movie McFarland. Oh, this is not good. That's right on my eye. You are right on my eye there.
I gotta move. All right, I'll move this a little bit.
Do something.
You're the one who.
Now
That's
I
not
move.
up to me. Tim.
Whoa!
It's an earthquake. We're in L.A. right now.
Look at that. It just keeps falling.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Anyways, Tim, you have to get the
Jeff.
You have to get the title right.
Yeah, the name of the. What are you doing,
Jeff? I'm not doing
what
anything.
What are you doing to me?
Stop
it.
Here are my hands.
Keep your hands over there. I don't trust you. Okay.
All right, Tim.
Oh, I got to move this way. No, that's works.
Tim.
This way.
You don't know how TV works? Come on.
McFarland, U.S.A. I'm having fun. I hope our viewers are, but I'm having fun. McFarland, U.S.A. is the film that I had this week. Yay. Now, you might get confused when I explain this movie because this is a downright photocopy steal of Hoosiers. Okay? It's about a fiery coach, which is hilarious. He's on his last chance, okay? So he's screwed up at the last few high school coaching jobs that he's had.
Okay.
Right? And it's Kevin Costner, right? Now, compare that to Hoosiers. Gene Hackman looks like he could go off at any moment, right? Kevin Costner does this.
It's cross country, Tim. It's cross country.
Even the football scene, it starts with there being a football scene and he's reaming out his team because they're not performing well enough. But he's reaming them out, I think, rather nicely. And one kid is just being so over-the-top jerk face that he throws something in his general direction and it hits the kid. Okay? Here's my thing. That's the only time in the entire movie where he really shows that he has a temper of any kind.
Some emotion, yeah.
Of any kind. The rest of the time, he is just a pool of calm. So I don't know if Kevin Costner was miscast or if what they're trying to show is, well, he used to be fiery and then he came to McFarland and chilled him out. I don't know.
Could be.
But I think it's the second, but I'm kind of saying, or they could say, boy, Kevin Costner hasn't made a sports film in 3 months. Let's go get him out there again. My God. Okay, so that's the beginning of McFarland, U.S.A. So very similar to Hoosiers. Then he goes to an environment he's not used to. Again, he's even shown driving a car that's unusually old, just as Gene Hackman has that old car he's driving into town. And he has to gain the trust of his players. In this case, it's his racers, but it's the same basic thing. The actual story is of Coach White, and boy, is he ever, because the rest of the crew here is Mexican. There is like four white actors, and the rest of it is Mexican, because it's taking place in very South California, very South. He was a high school football coach. He comes to South California, and basically he has a disagreement with the football coach and basically gets himself kicked off the team in one time. And he was not, again, he isn't getting fiery or upset. He's just like, no, sit down. Oh, whoa, what conflict. I'm sitting there and I'm like, did somebody give him NyQuil? What's going on? It's like he's almost falling asleep in the movie. So anyway, now they make it out like going to McFarland, South California is the worst place in the world to go because the weather is beautiful all year round. And you're a teacher, you're the only person in town with any money whatsoever. Boy, it's hell on earth. Now, I think they called the movie McFarland, U.S.A., so that you're not confused that it's actually held in Mexico, because you could watch the movie and not realize that it's set in California for like long periods of the film.
It's true. When this movie was distributed outside the country, though, it's just named McFarland. I'm just letting you know that.
Wait, I know, but it doesn't make sense to me, to be honest. It's kind of weird, and it is kind of important to say this is an American story.
Could be, yeah. Well, they have, because there's a lot of Mexican people in there.
They're Mexican, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
they're not Latin. They don't speak Latin.
Well, and I will say this: when they were setting up this movie, I'm like, I'm going to be reading half this movie in subtitles.
You did
and
not
it's
think
all
that.
good. I did. I was thinking I'm going to be reading a lot of subtitles, and it's going to be where they say, "Oh, the white coach, he doesn't understand us," or I thought this is what they're setting up, that they're speaking their secret language to each other, and he doesn't know, and. Really, they didn't have much subtitles.
How well do you know me? Do I ever want to watch a movie that I have to read?
Do you watch these movies before you assign them?
Yes,
that's not always true.
I've seen this movie.
That is not always true, though.
Yeah, that's true. We have The Rookie coming up at the end of the season that I have not seen yet.
Right.
But this one I did see. But I would, if The Rookie has subtitles, I'm going to be pissed. But this, I knew it did. I mean, I don't like to read a movie.
Yeah, I know, but I was sitting there and I'm like,
I know.
It's probably going to be a lot of stuff like he yells at a kid and then the kid will say, "You dirty gringo," and Mexicali. And I was just I saw that coming, and they really didn't do that. So I have to give them kudos for avoiding that incredible cliche.
And you know why they did that? Because if you ever watched, so the director of this movie, his uncle worked on Hogan's Heroes. And if you notice Hogan's Heroes, they didn't have any subtitles. They all talked English.
Yeah, but they had accents.
Right. Like here, too.
That was German. Yeah, they did.
So he learned from his uncle that not to have subtitles in a movie.
Yeah. Well, I think the movie that does it the best, You're getting me off on a tangent.
That's
It's
okay.
your fault. The Hunt for Red October. Have you ever seen The
Oh,
Hunt for Red
yeah.
It starts with everybody talking Russian to each other, and then the camera like zooms in on one guy's mouth, and as he's talking Russian, he changes over to English, and they zoom back out, and it's like they basically told the audience, we know these guys are speaking Russian, but you don't want to read this garbage down here.
Exactly.
Let us just take care of this for you. We're going to do this all with a Zoom. And I was like, somebody finally cracked the code. That's exactly what we want. We want to know that they're speaking Russian, but we don't want to be reading it the whole time. And nobody paid to see Sean Connery mispronounce Russian for the whole movie.
You're right.
You know?
Can I just ask you a pet peeve that I have?
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
A peptide?
Anyways, I hate, Netflix has got a ton of movies out there right now.
That's their problem.
And you click on one of their movies that's a Netflix original,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you 9.9 of 10, the mouth is off of the sound, and that drives me wild. I cannot handle it. I turn it off.
That a lot of times has to do with the streaming process. That
Really?
the bandwidth gets screwed up.
So it's my TV?
I don't know that there's much you can do about it. I think your television might be misinterpreting it. It could be the speed of your feed. It could be a lot of things.
I've been very upset lately because every movie I put on, the mouth is off.
Okay, Jeff, you being upset, not a shocker. Okay?
Well, give me movies where the mouth is the same as the words.
I thought you were going to say, yeah, these Netflix originals, they're all foreign films and subtitles, because they do that a lot.
They do that too.
They do that a lot. Okay.
Anyways, what movie did you have?
McFarland. Ladies and gentlemen, we now rejoin the review already in progress. Now, here's the thing about this movie.
Uh-huh.
If you've seen Hoosiers or you haven't seen Hoosiers, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because...
Okay, meatballs.
That's doing a rock. But... you know where this movie is going.
No, you don't.
They're underdogs.
Do not.
No one respects them.
Don't spoil it.
The other teams are gonna make fun of them because they don't have the money that the others do. They pull together, and because they're a better team, they're not a bunch of individuals out for themselves. They work together as a team that they become stronger. And then even the worst guy on the team, he shows his contribution, and they're going to do everything. They're gonna leave nothing on the table. They're gonna give it their all, and they're gonna win the whole thing. Blah blah blah. Every sports movie. That's what I actually liked about last week's, where it was like, rollerball. That was the one thing I found out of rollerball. I was like, thank God, it's like a team that's doing okay. Because usually these are all underdogs. We should take a look at all the movies you've assigned me and how many are underdogs that won.
Okay.
You know,
well, sports...
the only thing is like Cool Runnings. Every once in a while, they're underdogs, and it's like, yeah, they didn't win. You know?
True.
But then they make it out. Then what they do in those movies, and Cool Runnings does this, they make it into like, it's almost a win because they tried hard, which I feel is just a Mr. Rogers reading that happens.
Like, what about Free Dive?
Free Dive, I can't even remember large portions of that film. I erased it from my memory. Now, here's how sure I was of how this movie was going to end. A lot of times I'd sit there and I go, man, this was based on a true story. I wonder how many championships they won with this guy. And I'm sitting there, and the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, I'm not going to have to look this up. Because at the end of the movie,
they tell you.
They're going to show people running. I literally thought this. They're going to show people running. Now, I thought to the music of Chariots of Fire.
No.
But they're going to show them running. And in fact, that picture you see on the poster there, I thought it was going to be on the beach there, that they were going to be running on the beach, and then they were going to tell what happened to each of the characters. Well, it was pretty close to that.
Yes, it
is
was.
how they end the movie. Which is, okay, there's a reason you do that. It works. It's fun to, it's a great way to do your movie. But it's not exactly impossible to predict that that's how you're going to end the movie. So this movie doesn't have a whole lot of surprises for you. That's kind of an issue that I had.
All right.
Now, it's time for everybody's favorite portion. We're doing the horror movie connection.
All right,
ready?
let's do it.
Now, I looked if they were horror. I did not look what freaking language these movies were made in.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So, let's start with Kevin Costner. You know what he is?
Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer.
A couple times.
He's been on here so many times, I'm not keeping track anymore. Tin Cup, Mr. Brooks, Bull Durham, and he does have, supposedly, he has 3 horror films to his name. But they didn't list Mr. Brooks, so I think that's kind of broken.
But
the amount of sports films he has is knuckleheaded.
Yeah, because you gave me Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. All right, so then in second position we got, I got Mario. It's Maria, isn't it? Could you look that down?
And Jeff has a problem pronouncing words. What? Oh, Tim got a name wrong?
Maria. Why do I have Mario?
I don't know, Tim. Why did you?
Well, because I produced the whole damn show.
Wow.
I made an error, and I'm very upset about it, and I apologize to all the viewers. Maria Bello. Now, before I even did my research, I knew one of her horror credits right off the bat.
Coyote Ugly?
No. She was in the 3rd Mummy film with Brendan Fraser.
They had 3
which
of
is
those?
called Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I actually prefer Mummy 3 to Mummy
serious?
2.
I
Mummy 1 was great.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah. Mummy 2, I'm like, Mummy 3, I really enjoyed. Now, she is not as good as Rachel Weisz that was in the first 2.
Yeah.
But she was good. She didn't stink up the joint. So I enjoyed it. Now, she has made 6 horror movies. Now, I'm not going to give you the percentages this time. We're going to blast through them, and then I'll ask you about percentages. Some you're gonna figure out, because I'm going to tell you a few little things. This guy right here, Carlos Prats, that's the super fast one.
Yeah.
He did have a number of horror movies. One of them, Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. Some people call that the good Paranormal Activity.
Not going to see those.
You think you're not.
I'm not watching it.
And then we have Rafael Martinez. Loser! He hadn't done nothing.
Okay.
And then we've got, I thought I hit a button. There we go. Hector Duran. Loser!
They're only
No, because these guys, between the two of them, they had 18 credits.
They had other movies, them?
Yeah,
Wow.
they did. They did. Now, the next guy, he was the football coach.
Yep.
Remember him?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 141 movies he's been. He did a bunch of TV horror, Devil's Rejects. I see we got some new people in the chat room. I'll get to you guys in a minute.
He looks like he's got a really long head. He could be in a horror movie.
He's been in a few.
That's got to be a bad picture of him, because that doesn't look right.
That was the best one I could find.
Wow.
There were some really bad ones.
Yikes.
Now we have Elsie Fisher. She's been doing a lot. She's probably best known for the movie 8th Grade. She's young still. She's got 38 credits.
Wow.
A good amount of horror. She headlined the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre that just came out, which was extremely mediocre.
Is that the one with Alexandria Daddario?
No, that was, I
Which
think,
one is
2002 or something.
There's more than one
But,
of those?
oh my God. No, 2002 is Jessica Biel. I think it's like 2010 they made a Texas
Wait,
Chainsaw.
Jessica Biel's in one of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
But wait a second. Why do they just keep naming the same name? Why don't they give it a different name?
Please.
So we can
please.
decipher them.
Preach the sermon. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
All right.
She also was in a movie that I'm very much looking at for Jeff called My Best Friend's Exorcism, which was from 2022 and was a direct to Amazon Prime film. It's kind of like a funny version of The Exorcist, if you can believe it.
Oh.
It's but not entirely. It like doesn't know what it is.
It doesn't know what. Sort of like
it's an interesting experiment. Yeah, kind of like this.
Yeah,
and then we got Morgan
Freeman,
Morgan Saylor.
Oh,
now she's the little girl in the movie. I saw her in a movie called Blow the Man Down, which by and large was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. It was so bad, and for some reason I watched the whole thing. I felt bad about myself.
Hot committed.
Exactly. She was in a TV series called Bite Size Halloween, which is apparently short films about Halloween.
Oh, all right.
Which I'm curious about now, but it's on one of the services I don't currently have. So, who do you think, of those I showed, who do you think has the highest percentage?
Well, it's got to be someone that's not been in a lot of movies, and then
that cuts out Costner and Bello and Ellis.
Right, just because you'd have to be in a lot of those.
And we had a couple losers in there, so you cut it down pretty good.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be the one that's in the 8th grade thing. I don't remember her name.
That would be Elsie Fisher. Yes, indeed. She has a 13%, 5 out of 38 credits.
Okay.
5 out of 38. Though Chris Ellis, who we talked about briefly, he has some of the best horror credits, being in Devil's Rejects and Helter Skelter. So he's done some good stuff. By Elsie Fisher, I believe Elsie Fisher, I'm just going to say this, I think we're going to start seeing her do conventions, and I think she's going to become a screen queen. Because
really?
She seems to be drawn to that material.
And she's young starting out doing it, right?
She's young, okay. Right. So she has a lot of time to build up those credits. She's already been in 2 decently budgeted films. So okay. I think she's got a shot. Okay, so that's our horror movie connection, which means the next thing that we have is Jeff's favorite, the Pauly Shore connection.
Well, we've had a 1 and a 2. I don't think we've had anything more than 2.
We haven't had more than a 2.
Right.
I am trying to. But we had to go with Kevin Costner.
We did?
You have to.
Okay.
We haven't done this while we've had Kevin. So... it's again a 2. Pauly Shore to the movie Son-in-Law, which I've never seen.
What?
I gotta watch it.
It's good.
I put Tiffany it on a queue.
Tiffany Amber Thiesen's in there.
I put it in a queue. Well, it has Carla Gugino in there, who I love. You know what I know her best from? She was in the Michael J. Fox television show that he came back. What the heck was it? Spin City.
Oh, Spin City.
And she played the wife for the first season on that show. And I thought she was very classy because they kept doing in the show, there were a lot of sex scenes and stuff.
There was?
At the beginning, where he was all over Carla all the time. And Michael J. Fox's wife, Tracy Pollan.
Yep, that's right.
She was mad. She was like, this is nonsense. You got to stop this, Michael, and all this. And Carla basically said, even though this was kind of her big, this was her big break.
Yeah.
She said, I don't want to screw up somebody's marriage. I'm out of here. And I thought, that is about as classy as you get.
Outie scouty.
Now, Carla was in Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League, which, of course, had Kevin Costner as Superman's father. So,
wow.
There you go. I even knew off the top of my head what part he had. You're impressed, aren't you? You are. Sure. You're impressed.
Sure.
That's right.
Is that the first Justice League one where Aquaman is in there and
this is the
Bruce
one
Wayne
that came out not too long ago.
I know which one it is then. Yeah.
So it had Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah.
Nobody likes any of the
There's only one
DC
Batman.
crap. Yeah, that's right.
Michael Keaton.
Adam West.
Okay.
All right.
On the big screen.
My God. I put him on a pretty big
I'm sure
screen.
you do.
All right. It's time for me to give this movie a score. What do you think I'm going to give it, baby?
I'm gonna do it in the language of the
awesomeness?
Movie. No, of the movie.
Okay.
Cinco.
You're going to say cinco. I actually liked it a little bit more than that. I'm giving it a 6.
A seis.
A 6?
Yeah. Uno, dos,
Isn't
tres,
that what you
cuatro,
do?
cinco, seis.
Isn't that what you do when somebody's a ghost? You have a 6?
No, that's a seance.
Oh.
I don't even know.
See?
I don't even know.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. I just make things up. I don't know.
You just say things on the internet. By the way, we want to thank Bearded Beauty joined our chat room. And, we got a bunch more bots, of course.
I am a bot.
And we still got the Trogdor and the Sobat.
Awesome.
So we want to thank these folks.
All.
Jeff and I were talking about this before the show. He's going to act like we didn't, but that's okay. That's what he does. We were talking about how much it really excites us when we have live viewers and listeners to the program.
Yep.
We take it up a notch. We know that Jeff's not that good, but it helps me.
What are you talking about right now, even?
You admitted this before the show.
What did I say?
What did I say? He was going to pretend like we didn't have this conversation.
What did I say?
It's unbelievable how he does that.
Okay.
I'm saddened for him. On behalf of all of you, I apologize for Jeff's behavior. So
Whatever. My behavior has so been curbed since season 1.
Well, let me tell you, everybody. Things are about to get weird because I know what's coming next. We are going to our friends over in sports.
All right. Yes, absolutely.
Jeff is going to get weird. Okay,
No,
go ahead.
I'm just going to tell it like it is. Let's see. The Bucks won last night, and
The Bucks.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's base basketball.
Yes.
Yes.
They actually they're doing well this year. They had
How stuck up is this guy though, naming himself genius?
It's Giannis.
Yeah, you're mispronouncing
Giannis
it.
Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
And then let's see what else do we have.
Gesundheit.
The Packers won last Sunday.
The Packers. That's baseball.
They beat the Rams and they
Football.
That's the first win they had in 42 days. It's a
Wow.
long time. Packers last win was 42 days prior to last Sunday.
They should try to be a better team.
They should. They play again this week. They're actually out in Pittsburgh where they take on the Steelers.
Does everybody else see what I'm seeing, by the way? Everybody seeing this? Jeff is so much more relaxed than he usually is for this portion of the show. He hasn't filled with rage for the whole show.
I'm saving it for the end.
Okay.
So the Packers play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I have a friendly gentleman's wager with our good friend Rich out in the Steel City. Loser pays for the winner to go to the Tennyson. So that's what we got going on there. And then that's in March. And then the big news of the week.
Yes. Well, hold on. It can only be one thing.
Craig Counsell is no longer a Milwaukee Brewer.
I knew this. He's a Marlin,
He is a Chicago Cub.
like I said.
And the thing of it is that is so awesome. It's so awesome. He can go take his...
It's a little dream.
I know. Okay, here's the thing, Tim. Listen to this. When this broke on Tuesday, Tim, it was like, oh my God. It was like the air was smelled better. It was like the last day of school. When you're in grade school, it's the last day before summer vacation. I couldn't even concentrate at work. I couldn't concentrate. Things were just
You
awesome.
can't concentrate on your best day.
That's true, but you throw this in there and look out. Craig Counsell, I couldn't believe it. Then Craig Counsell's gone. I'm like, no. I check it out for myself, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. And then he was smart enough to go to the Cubs, who the Milwaukee fans hate, And he's an instant villain.
Yep.
Craig.
Yep.
Craig. Good luck, man.
Yeah.
And Chicago fans, here's the thing. You get 5 years of sniffing the playoffs, going to the playoffs, but never getting to the World Series, never winning a World Series. He's fool's gold. Craig Counsell is fool's gold. You think you got something there? Keep thinking, because you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing, people. The Brewers are going to struggle the next couple of years, but I would rather struggle than have Craig Counsell as my manager. So, Craig, I like to say it's been good knowing you, but I'm glad you're gone, buddy. See ya. Don't let the door hit you in the booty. I don't know. That's it.
Then you have your sign off. Do the sign off.
Oh, that's right. I'm Jeff Miller, and that's the sports I know. See you, Craig.
You're so filled with the love for him.
Ah, yes.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready for merch
There it
madness.
is. Boom.
Let's make some merch money. Open it up, Muskego style!
There you go, baby.
Okay, where's it gonna be? Where's we gonna get it? Oh,
Treasure Island!
Wasn't Treasure Island like part of J.C. Penney or something? It was like their version of Kmart.
I think yeah.
What'd you do to your computer?
Nothing.
You broke your computer.
Oh, here's another.
I give him an entire computer over there. His only job is to not break it.
Tuesday night, I slept so good. I had such a good night's sleep that night. Oh my God, it was just Tim. It
Like
was just
heaven,
a great
huh?
day. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
He's gone. He is gone. He is never coming back. He's not getting he's not getting a statue. He's not getting a street named after him. He's not getting his number retired. He's not getting anything. Well, the thing they should do is give his number to like the Bat Boy next year. That'd be awesome.
That would be a good
All right.
approach.
Anyways, Horror Realm.
Horror Realm coming in March, the very beginning of March. First through the 3rd in 2024. Great guests, one right after another. I just listened to an interview with Dee Wallace. She is a fascinating woman.
Yes.
Stories about E.T.
Yes.
Stories about Cujo, which is her favorite of her films, is Cujo. Which you have not seen, and it features a dog, everybody.
Oh.
Jeff will love a movie with a dog.
That's all
Don't you think, everybody in the chat room, don't you think Jeff needs to get a dog movie?
I get plenty of dog movies.
I don't know that you get enough.
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
We can work on that.
We'll talk about it a little bit.
We can work on that. All right, yeah.
Danielle Harris is going to be there.
Danielle Harris is coming back. There's a lot of great guests, and Jeff, too.
Jason Baker. Yes, I'll be there. And you come talk to me all you want.
Because Jeff never stops.
That
mouth keeps going.
I'll have plenty to talk about. We can talk about...
Your buddy Christina Kleeb is coming back.
I know. I wonder if she's going to remember me.
How could she forget?
I wonder if she's going to wear our merch. I gave her merch.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Wait till you see the merch we have this year, folks. We have a brand new version. And it might.
Why?
Why? There might be an homage. No, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to. Oh, that was pretty cool.
I didn't do that. That just happened.
Yeah, I know. You probably hit a
We're
button.
haunted.
No, we're not. Anyways, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You don't know that.
There's new merch, and you'll see it after the new year.
Fantastic. Hey, you know what time it is, Jeff?
It's time for me to talk about the gate.
It is time for you to talk about the gate. And folks should remember that you can talk to Jeff Miller, your buddy, the Ump, by sending in your email to his overused email address, Jeff
Where is it?
at otherworldlyculture.com. Do you have absolutely no patience?
There it
what
is.
about now? There we go.
I got to do the finger
You know why I had to do this later? Because every week You go, hey, where's my email? And I just had it up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to slow it down this week for him.
What if we got a telephone line, if someone wanted to call us, and then it'd be like prompts. Like, if you want to talk to Jeff, press 1. You want to talk to Tim, press 2.
I got a better idea. Give me your cell phone number.
We'll
just read that out. And people should call Jeff anytime, night or day. I think this is a great idea.
No. Think about this, though. If we had our own telephone line...
If you think this is a great idea, text him now. I'll put his telephone number right there in the chat.
No. Oh, it doesn't. I thought it would go.
There you go. So everybody just dial that number.
But here's the
thing. You can send him a text. And I think this is a nice thing that I'm doing.
But hear me out.
Everybody.
Hold on. Hear me out. We could have talk to Jeff, talk to Tim.
Hold on a minute.
But we wouldn't really be talking.
No, it would be talk at Jeff.
Right.
Talk at Tim.
Right. And then what would happen is that it wouldn't really be, it would be us, but it'd be like a fact. And then they could hang up and then call back. And it'd be a new fact every week.
Actually, the best part of that would be, I already have this built.
What about trivia? We could do trivia.
I got this built already,
Well,
Jeff.
good. I can't wait.
Hold on. I got it right here. Yeah, they would call. Okay, go ahead and call yourself, Jeff.
Beep, boop, 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 dee, doo, doot. Hello. Hello.
If you'd like to speak to Jeff, press 1.
Now listen, hold on a second. Hey, yup. Listen. Hey, yup. Listen.
Ask him any question.
Listen. Now listen, hold on a second. Now listen. Wait. Now listen. Hey, yup. Now listen, hold on a second. Now listen, hold on a second. Wait. That might be a little overwhelming. Wait. Now listen, hold on a second.
I think people would call all the time.
I think we should do it.
I think they would.
I
always love, Jeff, that you say, I think we should do it.
Think about it, though. If we did that, we could get a sponsor for it. Call the Dr. Pepper hotline for...
The Dr. Pepper hotline.
For Dead on the Bases.
You just gave it away now. You gave away that sponsorship. I was this close to signing Dr. Pepper.
How about RC? Close. How about RC?
Who wants RC?
I love RC soda.
No.
Yes. That's my favorite cola. It is. RC is my favorite cola. It is.
You're a fan of AJ Car Wash, too. Okay, let's go.
Got AJ's
let's go.
And the local, all of the Muskego stops. And one of the stops can be at our telephone line at, and then one more thing. Could it be 1-800-DEADONBA? It's too many. Forget it. We'll figure it out. Oh, no. It could be 1-800.
Oh, that is a good idea. I got an idea from the chat room where I could set up a number and just have it go directly to your phone, and I'll never have to worry about it. It'll just call you day and night.
No, that's not
fun. This is a great idea.
It should be 1-800.
Thank you, Swobet.
No, 1-800-DOTB, and then I got to come up with 3 other letters. I don't know. We'll figure out later. But anyways, here we go.
WTF comes to mind.
Yes. No, because that stands for that. No. All right. Anyways. All right. So on to my movie.
You're so excited. How about CRAIG?
No way, man.
Okay.
Anyways.
Why don't you review the film that's been... We've gone through the slideshow now 3 times.
That's been haunting me. The Gate. 1987.
The Gate.
That's scarier than the movie. So 1987, The Gate. It's rated PG-13, so it's all right. And then it's an hour and 25 minutes, which is sort of in its sweet spot. All right. And here's how we go.
No nudity.
No
PG-13. No nudity.
You don't need that in every movie. So anyway, so back to this movie. That kid I don't like. The kid with the glasses. I don't like him at all. I'll tell you right now.
Really?
I thought he was awful.
Oh, most people love that character.
I didn't like him at all.
I love that character.
He got on my nerves. I was actually happy.
Terrence.
I was actually...
He reminds me so much of you.
No, he reminds me of Craig Counsell. And I just want him gone.
He wasn't counting pitches at any time. What's going on? People are already starting to call your line, Jeff. Jeff, it's unbelievable. Jeff the Wraith.
Nobody's calling me. All right, anyway,
yet.
Back to the show.
It's coming.
So I didn't like the guy who played. I didn't like Louis Tripp. I just didn't like him. He was annoying to me.
Okay.
He
made like 5 movies. That's about it. So,
that's because he got a second chance and finally the second chance ended. So back to the movie. So what this movie is about, it's kind of weird.
About 90 minutes.
Well, I don't think so. I think it's an hour and 25, so that's 60 plus 20 plus 5.
That's 85.
85 minutes, not 90. 85.
Yeah, it's not 90. I was off by 5 minutes. My goodness.
So here's the thing. So what happens is this kid, Steven Dorff, but that's not his name in the movie. The name in the movie is Glenn. So Glenn has...
Which Jeff knows because IMDb is open in front of him.
So here's the thing, though. So he has...
No, this wasn't the thing. You watched The Gate.
Well, I watched the thing last night.
Yeah, you did.
So here's the thing about the movie The Gate, all right?
Okay.
I want to get to this.
Please
People
do.
want to know what I think. What?
What's going on?
Tim, I don't know. Tim?
What?
Stop.
What?
Stop it.
What
man.
is it?
Stop it. I don't know. Hey, don't. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Tim.
Something going on?
I don't know. Tim, come on, man. Why? Tim, I swear.
Where is that coming from? There's something outside my... Is there an animal out there?
I'm done with this. Don't lift that up. Leave it. Don't. Get out of here with this. I don't want anything to do with this. Stop it. Stop it.
There's an
Stop
animal
it.
out here.
Stop it right now. Stop it right now. I'm all the way over here. I'm all the way over. Stop it.
There's
Oh, yes.
nothing.
Stop it. Just drop. Stop it.
There's nothing. There's nothing, Jeff. I looked. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Tim,
you don't have anything to worry
Tim, I
about.
swear to God, if something jumps out
It
of the
was
closet,
probably like a branch or something like that. There's nothing.
Tim,
you don't have to worry. We'll
Tim,
have to cut that out.
Tim, I'm completely wigged out right now because I think something's gonna jump out of the closet. That door wasn't open before.
Yeah, it was. All right.
Hey Tim, I'm.
All right. Well, apparently I'm the worst person ever. I'm just doing things to Jeff.
Tim, I don't even know what's going on right now, Tim. No, I'm not even.
Okay, there's nothing going on.
Okay, I'm not even kidding around.
Get back to the movie. That's just me putting down the glass. That's all you're hearing.
Okay, so this movie.
Wait a minute.
What's going on, Tim?
There is something out there.
Tim, there's something in the house that you're.
What was that?
Tim.
What was that?
Tim. Okay, this is.
What was that? There was something out there.
I saw something. I did.
That freaked me out. That scared me. Okay. We're being told by Silhouette to stop being mean to Jeff. I didn't do anything. I'm sitting over here.
All right. Back to the movie review. I'll come back.
My God. All right. Let's get back.
And it
to
can't
the movie.
be Trogsdor because he's
in
on there.
He's in the chat room. Who else would I even have do something like that? No. It's just like an animal or something.
No, I saw a freaking head, man.
Come on, it can't be. What could it be?
Tim, I gotta go out to my.
I'm gonna put. Here's what I'm doing, Jeff. I'm putting the camera on the window, so we'll be able to see it. You gotta sneak up and do it fast, and then we'll catch him. Ah!
There's nothing out there. Is there?
Is there something out there?
Oh,
Jeff, come back. I would like to introduce you to Trogdor.
He's on here, Tim.
Oh, maybe it isn't him.
Tim, he's been on the in the chat.
Okay. I don't know. Let's finish the show.
I swear to God, if something jumps through that window.
Something jumps through that window. Okay. I think we scared it away. All right.
You might want to. I'm in the other shot too. Here's.
Oh.
All right.
There
So I don't even know where
I'm
I'm at.
better looking one anyway.
I don't even know where we're at right now. But anyways, here's what's going on. So this
Okay.
movie.
You're thrown off, aren't you?
Yeah. So. Okay, this movie was made in 1987. It's PG-13. It's 85 minutes long.
Yep.
And it's
Yep.
okay, so it's got some people in it.
Yeah.
But
It's got some people.
so
in
here's
it.
the thing.
Unlike other films that are done completely with hand puppets.
Speaking of the puppets and all that,
Oh, I just got a message. I'm supposed to walk some more, or I'm not going to hit my 10,000 steps today.
no, you're not. You're going to stay right here.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
So what happens is Glenn, the little kid, something happens to this tree in his backyard. The people come and take it out. Well, what they find out is that they find a rock. Him and Terry find a rock, right?
Okay.
They crack it open and there's like jewels in it. It's like one of those rocks. I think it's an agate or an agate or whatever. And so then this is why I don't like it. This Terry is just nothing but trouble. He's like, let's dig a little deeper. Let's get some more agates because he can give us $100 for them. I'm like, whoop-de-doo, $100, right?
Well, back then that was worth
105. But
no, probably like $700.
well,
today's
anyways, they dig down, and what turns out they don't know it, but they've kind of like opened up the gate to like hell or demons or whatever. And
The Demon Land.
right.
Backward Mask World.
And so they do all that, right? And then what happens is they're having like so then the parents have to go out of town, right? The parents go out of town and they're like, and the girl is 15. Lori Lee, who plays Kelly Rowan, she's only 15. They're like, you can stay home by yourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's when
Oh, those agates is a geode, is what you were looking for. That was the word.
Geode,
It's a
thank you.
Geode.
see
Trogdor put that
See,
in there
he's-
for us. Yeah, it wasn't him.
okay, so back to the movie.
Yeah.
So it's a geode, right? And it's
We
got all
have
this
a
stuff.
lot of fans, so
Yeah, but who even knows where this place is? I mean, what's going on with this?
I don't know.
I'm
Okay,
glad.
let's
I'm glad I locked
let's
my
get
Jeep.
back.
I'm glad.
Let's get back to the movie.
I'm glad I locked
Okay.
my Jeep up.
All right.
But no, you know what? So listen to this. But listen.
Yeah.
All right. So they let out these little demons. There they are. They're right
Yeah,
there.
those little demons.
I gotta say those were kind of cool. Those
Yeah.
were kind of cool. But I gotta think that
those were haunchies. They hired haunchies.
They reminded me of haunchies. They did. They reminded me of haunchies. And that's maybe why I like that part of the movie. But anyways, so she has this party, and they're doing seances and stuff, and all of a sudden, stuff's going on, stuff's happening. Like, what's going on? What's going on? So they figure out that it's coming from this hole. But it's kind of cool.
Well, they
because,
levitate a child.
I know. Yeah, but
I think it's hilarious because that's creepy stuff, and nobody references it. Like the rest of the movie, they're like, "Oh, well, you know, there was some noise in the backyard. A child levitated in front of you. What are you doing with? Oh, there's a lot of moth activity. A child was levitated. You idiot.
True.
It's like, are you an idiot? What's wrong with you?
So, anyways, so it levitated up, and they're like, "What's going on? What's going on?" So then, Terry and Glenn, they pick up part of the
Abbott and Costello of this film.
Yeah. They pick up the Dumb and Dumber of this film. They pick up the front of the tree house and they put it over it. And it's kind of unique because it's got the door, so it's kind of like the gate.
It is the gate.
I
right.
get it.
It's
I
the
get it.
door to Death World.
Right. But didn't you think it was something like before the parents left, he tells his kid, and how old is that kid supposed to be in there? Like 10?
Yeah.
I need you to fill that hole in. Where is he going to get the dirt
Why,
from?
he dug it.
I know, but where's he going to get the dirt from?
From where he dug it out and push it back
and did you
in.
notice when... Did you notice when Terry fell in the hole, how all the different cuts, like, he's, like, right by the ledge, but then he was weighing out. And I'm like, oh, my God. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But anyways.
Well, this movie was made for, like... the cost of 15 bagels on Fifth Avenue. I mean, they made this movie for cheap.
I'll be honest with you, for
Canada.
For PG-13,
it's a scary flick.
It's a scary flick
for 13-year-old kids.
It was scary.
Ruin them.
It was scary for me.
Yeah.
So Terry,
that's what I've always felt about this movie. Without there being super high stakes. It's a scary flick.
It is. And the whole thing with Terry, I'm not giving anything away.
And that guy in the wall and all that.
I know. And he's telling them that some guy died and they buried him in the wall. I'm like, oh, that's just somebody saying something. Sure enough. I mean, sure enough, there's a guy in the wall who's working on a house and goes, oh, he died. Let's put him in the wall. Now, I could see that happening like on a major construction site, but not in somebody's...
What? Now what? What's going on? There's nothing out there.
I saw a change of the light pattern out there. Like somebody walked past the light or something.
Yeah, you know why? I've got a projector in the room showing our thing. That's probably all you saw. Don't worry about it.
I thought I heard a door open.
Jeff. Come
on. So back to the show.
Yeah.
So anyways, then...
About time.
So then you had these little guys whipping around. They were kind of unique. It's scary. It's a scary movie for a 13-year-old. It's a scary movie for a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old, whatever. It does have its scare moments to it. It's not like jump scare, but it's a building scare.
It's creepy.
It's creepy.
It's got some creepy stuff going on.
It's got some creepy stuff going on.
And some poor girl is so scared throughout the movie, her hair stands on end at the end of her face.
No,
she comes up every so often.
No, that's the 80s. No, that was the 80s, Tim.
How 80s was this movie?
Very 80s.
I was like, sometimes you watch these 80s movies and you're like, this could be made, kind of today. Even though it's a 40-year-old movie, you kind of go, a lot of this stuff is the same. This movie, no way would anybody wear anything you see in the majority of this flick. Would they wear that today?
And did,
and this was all pre-CGI. The effects were pretty good.
You have to appreciate that. Especially those little guys.
The little guys, yeah.
That's claymation.
No. Now they're done.
Was it little people?
Before I say anything more, I better double check my trivia.
Anyway, so back to the movie.
Yeah, okay. Those were all men in rubber suits. And what they did something called forced perspective, which was what was used in Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
I remember that movie.
And they built the sets in such a way that if they had the camera in a certain spot, the little people were way off in the distance, but it looked like they were standing right next to...
Are you serious?
I am absolutely serious.
So those are human beings doing that?
Because that's the way you can do that type of thing for, no money. So they just had these guys. Now, were the guys in suits big guys? I thought they were,
midgets?
Shorter, 5-foot guys that were, acrobats or something. But there weren't many of them. There was 10 of them. But they shot it all using forced perspective.
Well, whatever they did was pretty awesome.
It works great. There's the hair.
You know what that inspired, don't you?
What?
Something About Mary. Anyways.
It did look like that.
Anyways, there's some really creepy stuff in there. Creepy. It's a solid movie if you're a 13-year-old. It's your solid movie for anybody who's going to watch it.
Wow.
But it's not that solid, Tim.
It's not that solid. Well, before you give me the score, I did something special.
Oh, yeah. Something special's going on around here.
No, here it is. There's a Pauly Shore connection, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be with Kelly Rowan, I bet.
You think it's going to be a 2?
I think
A
it's
three?
gonna be a 3. With
I
Kelly,
told you, I've
with
been
her.
I've been looking
It's gonna be with
so
her.
hard. It's a 1. Stephen Dorff and Pauly Shore were both in the movie Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star.
I never even heard of that movie.
It's one of those SNL movies that wasn't very good. But
Oh, an SNL movie. All right.
no, you know what SNL is?
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, like, are you
Yeah.
talking like a movie like
It was a
Superstar,
comedy.
like a Superstar?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
like that. It was based on a character that nobody liked from the TV show, and then they made a movie out of it. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But Stephen Dorff went on to play a vampire, actually, in the film Blade. He was the main bad guy in Blade
with Wesley Snipes.
with Wesley Snipes. So, yeah. Pretty exciting.
Wow.
All right, I'm ready to take my licks. What is it going to be?
No, it's not that bad, Tim. It's
Okay.
it's a solid 6.
A 6. I think that's fair.
Yep, thank you.
I don't think this is the greatest movie, but would you agree with me if you had a bunch of middle school,
Yes.
young high school, this is a good horror movie to start them out with.
Yes, it is.
It's scary enough, but it's fun. It goes by. I don't know how you felt, but rewatching it, I went, this movie took like 10 seconds for it to get done. It was like boom.
I don't know. It's being the first time I saw it, so I'm
Yeah.
watching a lot of stuff, so I was pretty much into it.
Okay.
But
Okay. I think it's a fast moving flick.
But I'll be honest with you on this: is that it took a while for anything to happen.
It does.
It takes a while for the gate to open and things to happen.
I think had you liked the character of Terry,
Yeah, I like
it would have went a lot faster for you
Yeah.
because a lot of people do like that character, and he's the comic.
He is like a
relief.
know-it-all thing. I did not like him at all. Did not
Oh, that's too bad. I thought you might have connected with him. Oh well.
connected with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you would have had fun, but you didn't. So
Kurt Counsell
that's
Jr.
life. Oh my God! You know what it's time for? It's
time for yeah.
it's time for trivia, baby. And I thought I hit the button, but I didn't. So let's try it again.
You want to ask me
Here
first?
we go. Opening sequence. There we go. Okay, so folks that haven't seen the show before, you're a robot at this point. But basically, we read three count 'em statements, and one of them is a total freaking lie, which Jeff is excellent at. And 2 of them are true, so the opposing party has to figure out which is the lie. So, Jeff, I assume you want to go first with all the noise you're making with
I can't
this
find
piece
it.
of paper?
That's the whole thing.
You can't find it?
I can't find my question. Oh, here it is. Found it.
Okay.
This is.
You ready?
No,
Okay.
I'm really not.
Give
but
it to me. Hit me. Oh, and you're doing McFarland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that help you?
No.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I got to hide the chat room. Well, let's do this so I have this ready. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. McFarland and Palo Alto
Yeah.
are not actually rival schools. They are actually 4 hours apart. Director Neil Cara used the name recognition to serve his plot.
Okay.
Mario
Puzo.
Maria Bello
Yeah.
is an
Mario. Yeah. I did the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, you
go
know what?
ahead.
I'm done with that question. No.
Maria Bello.
Maria Bello
Yeah.
is an average Thai kickboxer and was a varsity cheerleader in high school.
Okay.
And Kevin Costner ran 2 half marathons, one in Albuquerque and one in Las Vegas, to prepare for his role as Coach White, as per director Nikki Caro.
Okay.
So Nikki Caro said, Costner, run a couple marathons, get your mindset.
Get into it, baby.
Yep. Maria Bella is a
Bello.
is a Thai kickboxer.
Okay.
And a varsity cheerleader, and then Palo Alto and McFarland.
Okay. Here's my thought. I'm never going to know the first one. I have no idea. And I really don't care about the rival thing. So I'm thinking you could have made that one up. I'm never going to know.
Okay.
Maria Bello, I've seen her do enough fight sequences, but it wouldn't throw me that she knew how to kick very well and that sort of thing. So that sounds somewhat plausible, but you might be doing it for exactly that reason. Kevin Costner, by the time this movie was made, was a huge star. I don't know if he would do the marathon run because this itty bitty director that he had told him to do it, but he might do it for himself to get the feel for it. But I'm going to say the Kevin Costner one, I smell a rat. So I'm going to say Kevin Costner is false.
That is correct.
Oh, I was not sure on that one at all. I was not sure on that one.
I gave the wrong one of the questions I asked I didn't want to ask.
Oh well.
Would you have known that there are two other towns named McFarland, one in northern Kansas and the other one in southern Wisconsin? Would you have thought that was real or fake?
Well, I know there's one in McFarland in Wisconsin.
Okay. Well, then you would have said that was true then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here's yours from the gate.
Yeah.
From the gate. And you need these now.
I do need the 5 today.
You need them. So here we go.
I do. Shoot.
I hadn't decided which ones I'm going to use. Okay. Yeah, these are them. So, The Gate, the movie The Gate, came out the same weekend as the famous flop movie Ishtar. Came out the same weekend.
Okay.
Next, Bill S. Preston himself, Alex Winter. Now, Bill S. Preston, who I'm referencing, is Bill of Bill and Ted. The full name of that character from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is Bill S. Preston.
Okay.
So the actor that played Bill S. Preston, Alex Winter, announced he would direct a 3D remake of this film, but as of yet, it is not yet released. Okay. Third one, originally Henry Thomas. That was the little Elliot from E.T. with the red hoodie on.
I hate your questions, by the way.
Henry Thomas was considered for the role that Stephen Dorff eventually took of Glenn.
Okay, so here's how this shakes down, all right?
Yes, sir.
That one I think is true. Because if you do, like, E.T. I think came out like 83 or so.
Yeah.
So, and he was...
What year was The Gate?
Gate was 87.
Okay.
So there's about 4 years difference. So
yeah,
I would say that he'd be right in the ballpark for the age, all right? And he's got the same look as Glenn had.
And he didn't really do much after E.T., honestly. He made Cloak and Dagger, which is a good movie. I like that one.
Bill and Ted one, boy, I'm telling you, that just sounds so far-fetched. And then the other, what was the first one again?
First one was The Gate, came out the same weekend as the famous flop or bomb movie, Ishtar.
You know, and that's the thing, that Ishtar came out in 87. So I'm thinking those two are tied together that way.
Okay.
Because I was working at Budget Cinemas, and I remember Ishtar.
Oh, really? Did Ishtar come to Budget?
Yeah.
I think it probably played longer at Budget than the real theaters.
Yeah.
It did so incredibly bad.
And they thought it was going to be great. It's going to be one of those Bob Hope, Bing Crosby movies with...
There are people that tell me it's a good movie, but I just haven't had the chance to watch it.
It's long, too, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's like Warren Beatty and, who is it, Dustin Hoffman?
Yeah, and they were going to be the Bing Crosby, Bob Hope. That's what it was supposed to be like.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
you know, but that middle one sounds so far-fetched that it could be, because, and you're like, Jeff's going to be like...
I sometimes, I BS you pretty good sometimes. You never know. And I gave you a lot of detail on all of them this time.
Not really.
Oh, my. Ooh, whatever shall I do? I really need these points. I should probably just impetuously pick one.
The one that's going to be false...
No.
Is the E.T. one.
Henry Thomas?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. That's 5
Jeff got 5. Jeff got 5. The chat room's going crazy for you. That is correct. Bill S. Preston actually makes documentaries. And
I don't care, man. I needed those 5
Do you know
points
what?
bad.
Do you know what movie came out a weekend after this film?
No.
Because Ishtar came out. After this film, 1 week later, Ernest Goes to Camp
Really?
made twice as much as this film in the box office.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie either.
Oh, Ernest Goes to Camp. I mean, if you can stand Ernest,
Ernest bothers me.
it's one of the better Ernest movies.
Could Jar Jar Binks play Ernest? Could it be
I don't
Jar
know
Jar
if
Binks
he
goes to camp?
if he could poop. You don't know.
Nobody
All
knows what
right,
you're talking
so that was in the opening, right?
Yeah. God, I wish you would have got yours wrong today.
Retrospect.
That would have really helped me out.
Okay, so now
It's still
keep
very
in mind
close.
you only got 10 points difference.
9. For a tie,
It's about 10 points difference.
9.
And we're not doing extra innings, I'm telling you right now.
We're doing extra innings.
We're not doing extra innings. I'll throw the trivia or something if I
Do
just to
not do
get out
that.
of it.
I'll have to just keep that trophy nice and polished in my.
Yeah, you've been polishing your trophy quite a bit, your poor wife. Anyway, so it's getting tight. This is a fun one.
It
This has
is.
been fun. And it's particularly fun because I've been in the lead this time instead of the other way around.
True.
Because I was chasing you the last time. And
True.
I didn't catch up.
I had the lead the very first 2 weeks, and that's it.
Yeah. So, folks, now it's time for us to look at next week here on the
Oh
show.
my God. That looks terrible. My movie looks terrible.
Well,
I
tell
didn't-
us a little bit about it, Jeff.
Oh no, I was talking about the one you have for me. Balls of Fury. No, I haven't seen this movie. So
What a shock.
I haven't seen this movie, but it's got Christopher Walken in it. Any movie with Christopher Walken, I think it could be a winner.
So that's what you based it on,
And,
the
and
poster.
another thing is that it's ping pong. We don't really do sports movies about ping pong, so I thought we'd throw that in there.
All right. And Jeff, honestly, in Jeff's defense, and you don't hear me defend him often because
no.
it's so awful, but in your defense, sports comedies have typically done a lot better for you
Yes,
than
they have.
the usual drug addict movies you like
Listen
to
to
do.
this.
All right.
This
so
is what I'm talking about. This
this
my
is
God.
what Jafe has of unknown origin. A truly terrifying film because all I hear on Jeff. I'm Jeff, and your movies I'm scary enough.
That doesn't sound like me at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, review the tape.
It sounds like
Review the tape.
Jar Jar Binks.
Review the tape. I think you'll find that my impersonation of Jeff is almost photogenic.
There you go. Stereophonic. I think it's stereophonic. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. This
What?
movie.
What?
Okay, just tell me.
What?
I know nothing about this, but is this going to be werewolfish?
No.
Really? With those scars like that?
No. In fact, when you figure out what it is,
It'll be over.
you're gonna laugh.
It'll be over.
They get into it. I'd say about 30. It's less than 30 minutes in, and you already know what the bad guy is.
Okay, I'll tell you right now. Just looking at this poster, I want to go into it blind.
The
'cause
poster is scarier.
Yes,
than the
I'm
movie.
scared. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Again, he takes it easy on me.
Yes. Don't worry. I know what's coming next season. Centipede.
No.
Uh,
no,
so,
I will
anyway-
not. No. It will not. No, it will not happen.
What?
I told you. I'll walk in here.
What?
I'll tell you I didn't watch it, and I'll give it a negative 10.
All right, everybody. And by the way, we are working on the next season. We're going to have a next season, even though Jeff never believes me.
I can't wait. I got.
Well, wait for this one to end, okay, Jeff? But then we'll work on the next one. We'll be coming out next year. We'll at least have 1 or 2 episodes before Horror Realm.
Oh, horror realm. I thought you were going to say before the first of the year.
No. When we get this season done, I'm going to be happy because I'm going to have Christmas stuff already out, and it's not fun to...
How come you never
kill a
decorate
horror
this
movie.
room at Christmas?
This room?
Oh, wait, I'm never here. What am I
Yeah,
saying?
you aren't here.
You might.
I do have some decoration. It isn't nuts like the rest of the house, but
It's like a Christmas bomb goes off, people. I'm telling you.
I'm basically Martha Stewart.
Yeah. No.
And I'm confined to my home, same way. Anyway,
I'm Tim. I like Christmas.
I gotta save that. That's gonna be a good sound effect in the future. Time to close the crypt and call it a game. Thank all of you for watching, and remember to share and subscribe to our show and feed. A special thanks to those of you that joined us in the chat room and watched live,
and joined us outside.
Mr. Susie Snowflake.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
You can find the show at otherworldlyculture.com and follow the show on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Pandora, iHeart, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, you name it, we're there, because this movie is spreading, this podcast is spreading like a virus. And Jeff really knows a lot about spreading viruses. Remember, folks, if it's sports, it's a home run. If it's horror, run home. We're Dead on the Bases, and we'll see you next time.
Otherworldlyculture.com. I have nothing to say here.com.
About time you admit it.
Well, that was a .com if you go to it.
Hey, folks, remember, if you're watching live, to stick around for our special trivia edition. You can open up your chat room, Jafe, so that you're ready to play along in our special trivia fight to the death. Well, usually we click on the link up at the top that says Otherworldly Culture.
Oh,
there we go. Like an adult. Way to go. So, here we go, folks. We're going to get things set up. I'm clicking a bunch of buttons, so we're ready to go. And it should be switching any second. Come on. Come on. You can do it. And it just stops. There we go.